Very interesting sports by the name Frisbee, and I'm honored to be in this studio with one of the players at Kemri Frisbee Club, anajulikana kama Samantha Jepkosgei. Karibu sana Samantha.
Asante.
It's good to see you. Mbona umekasirika manini timu yako? Pole.
Hapana. No.
Hiyo si timu yako?
Yeah.
Wewe nakani wa Arsenal. Oh, umeponyoka hapo. Then of course we have Ogola James, who is the co-founder of Chui Frisbee Club. Mi by the e-sport na learn leo. Kusema tu kweli, hakuna haja nidanganye. Ogola, karibuni sana Ogola, of course, together with Jepkosgei. Thank you for making time. Wacha tuingie huko ndani. Wewe ni wa Man U?
Arsenal.
Awe ni Arsenal. Ndio umebambika, ndio maana. Haya, acha tu.
Atucheka watu walemavu, so laughing to Man United. Just laughing at watu walemavu. Let's talk about Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid.
Uppercut. Wacha tu. Guy.
Never kick a man when he's down.
Haya,
Yes.
Mizuri ajiongea juu ya Chelsea. Sasa wacha tuongee. Let me start with the ladies first. Jepkosgei, tell us about Kemri Frisbee Club. I mean, iko wapi, inafanya nini? Hii Frisbee mlijoin nini, lini, aje, nani kwa nini kwani mkufanya football umeenda Frisbee? Hiyo ni nini by the way hata?
Okay.
Karibu.
Thank you for having us today.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm Samantha Jepkosgei from Kemri Frisbee Club. Kemri started Frisbee in 2017.
Yes.
And they were introduced by Kisumu Frisbee Club, who are the mother club, I think, in Kenya, literally. But personally, I joined in 2021. Yeah, Frisbee is a fun game, very fun.
How long have you been in it? All this
Since 2021.
2021.
2021 March.
Yes.
Yeah, I joined Frisbee 21 March.
So it was in college or in high school?
No,
or when was that and how is it?
I was in my internship at Kemri.
Yes.
So interacting with colleagues, someone told me when I was passing by, because the field is just around in the institute. So when you are going away, you just see people playing, and I was like, you could just sneak in, watch, and then you're like, what is this? So with time, we got to know each other with the people in Kemri, and I was introduced to Frisbee after COVID, and it's been amazing. I can say it's been amazing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ogola, do you buy the same about being amazing about Frisbee now that you are co-founder? When did you find it? Why did you start this particular Chui Frisbee Club?
First of all, I've been in many sports. Since I was 5 years old, I've been in sports and activities. I've played right now I think I've played about 12 different sports, 4 different national teams. And I've always known competition. But now, a friend of mine, who we were playing with a game called floorball, called Marius, told me, hey, there's a game. Watu wanatupanga tu disc flani na unafikia. So yeah, I'm like, is it rugby? Ati hapana. But inakaribiana na rugby, but say rugby. At their tackles, it's non-contact. So I think a year later, now I met up some guys within the university. Back then I was coaching Kenyatta University rollball team. And then I met some guys with the disc. Na nikakumbuka ile status yule player wangu with the same disc. I'm like, wait, is that Frisbee? They told me, yeah, this is Frisbee. How can I join? Then they told us, at KU hakuna team. We're just figuring out how to start it. So that's how I joined the team through WhatsApp. My first day that I was going for training, I was told at 20 training to Kutane Lions School. I go to Lions School, actually that was a total tournament. So mimi nimeingia, I don't know the rules. I was just told, we bora, ukishika disc usikimbie. Na kama una disc kimbia. And that's it, man. So that's how I joined Frisbee. And then why I stayed is that, as I said, I'm a competitive person, because that's how sport has conditioned us to be. And then now you come to Frisbee, and it's not a must to win, apparently. There is the trophy for winning, and there's something called Spirit Trophy.
Okay.
And that's what stands out. Spirit Trophy is given to the best team, psych, discipline, Laribu game. They play for the beauty. And Spirit Trophy is actually bigger than the other trophy. So that was a very big dynamic from always doing tactics to win to actually playing in the same team. Yes. You have someone as old as 73 years, and in the same team you have a kid as young as 9. Wow. And you guys are playing in a tournament.
Jeez.
Exactly.
Because you've just heard what Ogola say, that he's just used to running, holding the ball and running.
Yeah.
I mean, in the girls category, is that the same thing? And how many tournaments have you been part of, either in the country and outside? And where do you normally have this tournament? Because someone might be very curious, sasa hii iko wapi?
Yeah, actually it has a lot of running. Before you get to know the game, you'll just do a lot of running.
Yes.
Utakimbia tu kwa kiwanja because you don't know the rules, one. You don't know what time are you supposed to go for the disc because it has rules. We have strategies just like any other game. And the moment you stay in there, you get to know the rules. You get to know what time do you have to go for the disc, what time do you have to clear for your teammate to go for the same disc, and how to release it, the patience, because the moment you get the disc, you have 10 seconds to release the disc. So if those 10 seconds elapse when the disc is in your hands, that is a turn.
Hey.
Yeah.
Turnover.
Turnover.
Yeah,
Kama turnover.
Yeah, that is a turn. Actually, it's a turnover.
Kitu kama hiyo.
Yeah.
How are girls taking up the sport? How is the reception from girls?
Actually, they are appreciating it. And I think this is the sport that I've seen girls stay for a long time, since when in college and now joining Frisbee. I think girls are appreciating it because also in Frisbee, you know, most of the people, they are welcoming. They are ready to listen when you tell them, today I'm not feeling well. You know how we girls are.
Yes.
But they are ready to listen. Our coaches, most especially, they are very good people.
Yes.
So girls love Frisbee. And currently we are trying to form ladies teams. And at the moment we have, I think 7. Here in Nairobi we have 2, then Western are around 3. And yeah, so we have around 7 teams currently for the ladies only, because this is a mixed game. We have either opens for the men's or ladies alone, and we have a mixed one. Right. So currently in Kenya, we've been having only mixed. So we are trying to come up with the ladies team.
Indeed.
Yes.
Ogola, what are the opportunities? What are the successes of the Frisbees? I mean, najua nimekurukisha huko but najua unataka kusema kidogo but due to time. What are the opportunities? And then of course give us the basics about just the basics. You've just met someone who does not know how to play Frisbee and just have this 1 minute to explain to them as well. And as we talk about
the basics
the
of
opportunities.
Frisbee. So let me make it as simple as possible.
Yes.
The way I was able to actually understand the game and play the game. It's if you know rugby.
Yes.
Or if you know American football.
Yes.
Either of these games will help you understand is that there's a pitch and then there's the end zone, which in rugby would be try zone. So we have a team on this side and the team on the other side, okay? So the target is my team to make sure that by the time this disc enters into the free zone, it's my team who has the last touch. Just as you'd make sure that you make a try inside the try zone with you having the ball, because if the fullback has it, then that's a kill, yeah? So it's the same concept. Now the catch is if you have the disc, you can't run. You have to stand and you become defended for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds and you haven't released the disc, that's a turnover. If you release the disc and it doesn't get into your player's hand, that's also a turnover. It might go outside the pitch, which is out of bound, or it might be intercepted. Either they receive or tap it and it touches the ground, that's also a turnover. Yeah. So basically that's it, and then just the safety rules, no scratching, pulling, because the game is non-contact.
So hakuna long nails.
At no point
hebu niulize because game amepeleka wapi zake?
No,
luku.
Ziko, lakini now it's a self-refereed game, so you just have to be
So that's where I was heading to.
Yeah, full.
Oh, the self-refereeing as well, yes.
So because I've known the mixed gender Frisbee, where we have men and women play together. The only difference is we might have maybe, depending on the team that has the disc is the one that decides before the game starts how many you are mapping. Right. So they might the game has 7 players, so they might decide 4 men, 3 women, or 4 women, 3 men, or 5-2, whichever they call. And then now the other team has to respect that. So now being in the same sport, the same match with a lady teaches you a lot of more discipline, because men, you know how aggressive you become. Mm-hmm. And then it's also humbling seeing a lady outsprint you. Because when the disc is thrown, it's called a hack. Ni kama long pass kwa mpira.
Yes.
So mtu amepiga long pass. Saliba ametoa ndefu hadi kwa saka.
Yeah.
Alafu anakuacha tu live, dem anakimbia na kuacha msee na anachukua disc.
Unajua tu hapa yenyewe.
Umechoma, mafa anarudi na kuambia good game. Good game bwana. Imerekodiwa msee.
Umetulizwa msee.
Yeah, so this one's also still motivate us to support women in sports.
Yes.
Because the mixed gender frisbee cannot be played men alone or women alone. So hii bado kuza wasichana, which women in sport is a project. So now when it comes to how the sport is bringing opportunities, first of all, Frisbee has been brought into CBC. So grade 3, grade 4, they're studying Frisbee as a sport inside CBC. So people who are learning Frisbee, the likes of us, can actually go to schools and get jobs as coaches. Coaches can also go to schools because as from the next calendar year, the Kenya University Sports Federation, or former KUSA, is including Frisbee into the national level. It has been in Kusa, which is Western KUSA, but now it is in the national level, which means that these people who know Frisbee actually can go to the universities near them and train the game. So those are the basic opportunities.
Good. And of course, because I would like you to share with us the origin of it. However, as much as you talk about the origin, ni nchi gani? Nimeona umevaa India hapa, but sasa kuuliza juu India. But what are how does the season look for? Of course, tukikaribia kuwind up. How does this 2025 season look for both the mixed and for both the entire Frisbee fraternity? And also for you as well, for Kemri as a club.
Okay, this season, we are starting the season with the first game on 1st and 2nd March in Kakamega.
Yes.
So we
are home.
Oh.
Jaitisha mahali pa kulala?
Tutaongea
nyuma ya
hiyo tutaonana nyuma ya tent. So we always have the Frisbee calendar throughout the year. For example, we're starting with the Kakamega, which we call it Crying Stone, come 1st and 2nd March, followed by beach tournament that we always hold it in Tiwi, Diani. And then we go to Tanzania, Arusha. They always have a Kilimanjaro tournament. They always invite us. And then most of the tournaments we do it here. Personally, I've attended only Tanzania and Uganda. And this year we are having our AUCC tournament, but it is going to be held in Uganda in October. Yeah, so...
The season is fully packed.
Yeah,
I imagine there will be some international big things you're throwing in there and there.
Yes, so each and every month it has. So we are given a calendar, like for the first March starts in March, and then April, then June, August, October, then we have our nationals in December in Nairobi.
Well done.
Yeah.
Of course, our goal as we wind up, unless of course Jepose will have 1 minute to say what maybe we've not talked about, but of course, how does the season look for the men this season? In the men, of course, besides what she has mentioned. And where do you train as Chui? And where can someone walk in who doesn't know anything to come and actually get some knowledge about Frisbee?
Okay, so I'll talk about the league, because she's actually talked about what people call the international tournaments.
In 1 minute and a half?
Yeah, so the league this is probably the 7th league that we'll be having.
Yes.
And then Nairobi alone, we have about 13 teams. Chui is actually Kenyatta University, is where we have the Chui Club. And then we have First Touch, which is at Kasarani. And then we have Kemri, which is in Kemri. And then we have Tuk University, also just in Tuk. And then Cool Waters, among others. And that's only in Nairobi. We have the oldest club in Kenya, which is BFU, Blackfish, Ultimate. And sasa baba yao. So those are the main tournaments, and then the league usually runs for about 6 to 10 months, depending on if we'll have any international tournaments in between.
Yes.
But what I'd like to say about Frisbee is that it's one of the most affordable sports, because once you have the disc, you're good to go. We have versions. You have the beach version, which she's talked about. We have the grass version. We have this just normal mchanga version, kama Kwariako huko. You can play Frisbee basically everywhere, as long as you have the disc and your legs, you're good to go.
As you've heard clearly, for some of us who cannot run with a ball, now you have a disc to run with. So if you cannot run with a rugby ball, sasa uko na sahani. Sasa sisi watu wa Kakamega na Western, tutashindwa hii game. Because it's just something to run with a plate in your hand, because call it a disc. Samantha, unless I've left out anything, you have 30 seconds.
Not really, but we really want to involve everyone as Frisbee.
Your social
and we
media
really,
platforms, all those
yes,
things.
and we want the government also to help out.
Yes.
Because at the moment, I think it's not a national sport. So hopefully, if the government can incorporate Frisbee in their sports, we'll be so grateful. And as Agola said, it is affordable sport. But when it comes to tournaments, we also need to pay some fees. So you get like university students, if they cannot afford, they'll miss the tournament. So when the government incorporates with us, we'll be able to sponsor ourselves, and they'll be able to sponsor those who are not able to attend the tournaments. Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure Honorable CS Salim Vuria has heard you. The PS, my good friend Engineer Tum, amewasikia na asiposikia tunamforwardia link. Thank you so much, James, the co-founder of Chui Frisbee Club, as well as Samantha Jepkos-Gay, I hope I said it correctly, of course, a player at Kemri Frisbee Club. And of course, the entire, I think, the Kenya Flying Disc Federation.
Yes.
And of course, the entire fraternity in the Frisbee sector. Tunawashukuru sana. Keep on flying. We shall be able to follow your story. Tukiendelea kupiga hiyo shughuli. We are taking another very, very short break. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.